Welcome back. We've arrived in San Diego. It's one day after being in California somewhere else. I can't remember.
We spent 2 nights back in Vegas and now we're in San Diego.
Was it 2 nights? Are you sure?
It was 2 nights at home, yes.
Oh,
it didn't feel like
no,
it.
I felt like it was one. But we've arrived in San Diego. It's such a quick flight, even with 2 reasonable delays of about 15 minutes. I think it took just over an hour. Maybe an hour and 15 minutes to get here. We're just about, before we can check in, we've got all of our luggage with us. We're about to go and check out supposedly the best seafood place in San Diego proper. Yeah. Selena promises me.
I may have not, I said it's one of the best. I may have not said the best, but apparently it's one of the best places to go here.
We made it into the Ironside bar, Oyster place, fish location. It wasn't that easy to locate the desk, and the people in front of us also had a little bit of trouble because there's no actual sign on the outside. I guess we could have guessed by the rusted iron, but we had not. It looks really nice. I think we're going to go for some raw bar stuff. We'll insert some videos of the menu. We have ended up sitting outside because they didn't have our table ready, but it's actually really nice. It's sunny, I think about 18, 19 degrees. So what have we decided to go for here?
We've ordered half a dozen oysters to start, and then I've gone for a octopus for my main. Although she did say it's an appetizer size, so it's not going to be that big. I'm not too sure how it will come, but apparently it's really popular here. And then Ant has gone for the clams.
Yeah, I went for the steamed clams with sourdough.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I like seafood now.
It's actually just nice to be outside and in the sun for a change and not trying to shelter in the building from the cold.
We're still waiting for our oysters to come out, but Selena went for some carver, which was what, $12? Not too bad. It'd be way more expensive at home. And I went for a local West Coast IPA, San Diego. It's actually very, very good, which I think was $8 or $9.
The oysters have just arrived, and we've got a selection of these 6 different types that we will share between us.
Finished up the clams? Oysters. Finished up the oysters. I really enjoyed them. I think Selena enjoyed them also. And now my clam main has turned up, which is with sourdough, and Selena's 2-armed octopus is also here. We're about to go literally right next door, which will be for ice cream. Apparently it's not gelato, it's ice cream. We have nearly finished our ice cream. I would say it's very good. It's definitely not a gelato. It's definitely ice cream. It is intense. We went for cinnamon snickerdoodle. We don't know what snickerdoodle is. It's a common US term for a dessert. I don't know. Insert, someone comment what it actually is. And also the sea salt with caramel swirl, which I would say is about 50% caramel. So it's kind of a caramel vanilla ice cream, but very intense on the flavors. I can understand why people like it. I enjoyed it. I think it's about $8. But I think we said this before, ice cream is a dessert in the US. I know we have it on menus, but I wouldn't say it's a super popular dessert. If you went out for a meal with people, people will order sticky toffee pudding or creme brulee with ice cream. You don't order, pastries, cakes, steamed puddings. You don't really just eat ice cream, something. But we also like desserts with custard, and you cannot get custard here. We've never seen custard.
I miss custard.
Yeah, me too. Next time we come back, we'll have to get some. Unless somebody wants to send us some custard, that'll be nice. And we're just about to finish in about 2 minutes, and then we're going to start walking back. I don't think we'll get all the way back to the hotel. We'll probably get an Uber, but walk off some of the calories we've just eaten. So as we said, we're taking a walk. I don't know how far we'll go before we jump in an Uber, or whether we'll walk the full hour and 15 back. You know how much our flights were? I know we had some credit. So the really good thing with Southwest, I know they're not very popular at the moment at all. But we've had pretty good experiences with them. Firstly, they have no charges for up to 2 bags. And if you ever need to change or cancel, they just give you a credit. There's no arguments, no complaints. You just get a credit for the flights.
Since last year, it's now unlimited time. So before...
Was it 1 year?
It was a year from when the date of the booking was, or something like that. Whereas now, they never expire, which is great. So for me, when I'm booking flights for us, if our plan's changed, I'm never too worried about, we definitely got to go, because we'll always use the credit. And we have.
Do you know how much it was for Vegas to San Diego and back, approximately? I know we used the credit, but what was the price?
I want to say around 200.
Per person?
No, total 220 maybe. I don't know.
Okay, how much was our hotel for 2 days? Which we haven't checked into yet. That's where we're walking to at the moment.
You're testing my knowledge.
Is this knowledge or is this just information? I think we're getting to walk all the way out to the harbour. There's a harbour, marina. I'm not sure the difference. I think it's actually right next to their naval base, and I'm fairly certain they've got an air base here as well, where they do a lot of the training for the military. So we're going to walk all the way down, then walk along the waterfront.
Until we're bored, and then we'll get all the back.
Being here reminds me of how much I like this part, or this style of California. There is something so nice about having a downtown area, being able to just walk around, get around on a bike, being by the ocean. Is this the ocean? Some body of water, I don't know. There's just something really calming about it. It's very different to our suburban lifestyle. We've been walking now for how long?
Just under an hour.
Just under an hour. How far have we gone?
2.66 miles.
Okay, it's a decent amount of miles and time. We've burned off all of our ice cream, and it's not actually that bad. I don't mind walking when it feels like you're on holiday. The temperature's right, it's very sunny. We're walking by the river, ocean, sea, harbour, something with water in it. I actually don't mind it. I think we've probably got about a mile left to go, so I think we'll just walk all of the way back. It's really interesting for me here because it feels so different. The air, the people, the location, everything about this feels different to Vegas. It's still America, but it feels like a different America to me.
Yeah.
We lost a little bit of time. There's a confusing underpass, and the US generally, where we live and places that we go to, don't have any pavement at all. There happens to be pavement everywhere here. Yes, which I was going to say. What we call pavement, they call sidewalk, and I think Americans call the road the pavement. It's very confusing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard on other vlogs people saying the pavement, which is the road.
Oh,
I know.
I don't know.
It's confusing, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're wrong also, but it's very confusing. Anyway, for probably 2 miles of our walk, there was only pavement sidewalk on one side of the road, and then you had to go under a bridge that went over the water. Very confusing. So we lost some time, but I think...
Almost there now.
What do you think, 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, and what do you think, 3 miles?
3.5.
3.5 miles later, we've burned off all of our calories and we'll be ready for dinner soon. Although if you drink one beer, you've put it all back on. Welcome back to day 2 of San Diego. Selena's brought us to San Diego Zoo, which we mentioned yesterday.
I think we did, I'm not sure.
Which supposedly is number 1 or number 2 in the world versus the Tenerife Park of Laura Park. So we have arrived. It was super easy to get in. Selena managed to get the tickets slightly cheaper through her work.
Yeah, we have a thing, we have a scheme in the US called Tickets at Work. So you get discounts across shows, events, most theme parks. So I got the tickets in total for $102 for the both of us. I think we would have paid an extra.
It says 71 on the door per person. Yeah. So grab the tickets, scan them. There's absolutely no queue. It's not like a theme park. But coming in, it's themed like a theme park.
Yeah, it does very much feel like a theme park.
There's bus tours and there's a double-decker, what looks very similar to a London bus, actually, but in purple.
Yeah. So immediately I would say the difference between this and the one in Tenerife is the Tenerife one just felt like you was going into a zoo and you walk around, whereas this feels like a theme park to me at the moment.
So we're going to take you on the journey as we find. We've never been here before, so as we go through, we'll take you with us. This is the first thing that we've done at the park today, and it's right at the entrance, so we have no idea what it's like, but my initial impressions is very good, like you. It's kind of like it's more like the Jurassic Park area in Island of Adventure.
It gives you this really nice, there's something about theme parks and what I really liked in the US over what I was used to in the UK is this feeling of you're immersed in whatever theme it is, and this I really like.
They're similar to the tigers. Sometimes I can go an entire day without seeing polar bears. They're a little more difficult to find on tour, actually, than the tigers.
This tour has been really good.
On our left,
It's definitely fun to come to this zoo. Jump straight on the bus if you come here in the morning.
Which offers spectacular bird's eye views of the entire
We plan on going. I call them gondolas. Apparently it's called an air tram
One-way
here.
trip across the zoo. The aerial tram is included in your tickets, everyone. Asian elephant ears. They also tend to be larger in size. So we've got one elephant here by the care center, peeking out from the corner there. So I do see the ear. Any guesses? Don't worry if you get this wrong. Do you think that elephant is African or Asian? That is an African elephant. Very large round ears. Don't worry, we'll try to find some more up ahead, and you can get those correct. But this is talk about these birds really quick, because they're checking us out. These are called secretary birds. Secretary birds are a bird of prey species. That means they hunt. But elephants to our right, let's pass this rock so we can look behind us. Okay. Gorgeous.
What did you think of the tour?
I really liked it, and we apparently got very lucky with what we saw. So on the tour, it was a good 35-40 minutes, and they show, you get to see polar bears, mountain lions, which we get back home, as I pointed out, the jaguar,
Tigers, lions.
yeah, but some of them they don't
Bears.
know. So she kept saying throughout that a lot of them don't come out until the evening. That in the mornings they're not really out. But we got lucky with seeing a few things and a lot up close, which was really cool. I liked it.
Where are we heading to now?
We are now heading to the aerial tram to go up to the polar bears, but I want to go on it anyway just for the views across the park. We're going to take that, head over to where the polar bears are, maybe see that, and then get some food maybe.
Yeah, I'm snacky. I'm hungry already. What's that? Nice. Done enough learning for the last couple of hours, so we're going to eat some food. Selena found Albert's restaurant, that we're in the treetops with the waterfall behind us. It's actually very, very nice here. I haven't looked at the food, but I'm hungry, so anything's going to be good at this point. We did learn quite a lot, I would say. I learned about the conservation, the species that they've saved from the brink of extinction, the fact it's a not-for-profit, so all of the money goes back into conservation, which is actually pretty interesting as you get older. Not so much when you're young, you just want to see the animals, whereas learning when you're older is a lot more interesting. This is supposed to be a fine dining establishment, and I have gone for French dip, ribeye French dip with fries. And Selena has gone for beer battered cod tacos, which actually are really nice. I'm looking forward to this now. That was a really fun meal. It's nice sitting in the treetops. So we're just leaving the restaurant now. I think it was about $55 plus tip, which is perfectly reasonable, I think, for the setting and the fact that you're essentially in a theme park. We're going to go and see a couple of the animal exhibits before we move on. It's very Jurassic Parky, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've done a better version of Jurassic Park than Jurassic Park at Island of Adventure. It'd be really good if they played some T-Rex sounds. Yeah. I think we're trying to go to the silverbacks somewhere. Not sure where though. Oh, there they are. We found them. Finished up our 3 hours, would you say?
I think we've been here Longer, much longer.
4 hours or more in San Diego Zoo. For me, very enjoyable, half a day, probably worth the, what did we pay, $50 each
Yeah.
in the end?
I would say it's definitely worth coming. Like Anne said, a good half-day trip. And I just think it's a nice mix of things to do in terms of the aerial tram, the bus tour, and the walk-in. If I was to compare it to Tenerife, my only thing I would say is I think I saw more interesting animals and species at Tenerife. But I don't know if that's just because we did Tenerife a lot better and we walked everywhere in Tenerife and we didn't do that here, and maybe we just haven't noticed it as much.
We have just finished up in a bar in San Diego. We left the zoo, decided we're going to get a couple of drinks. I really need to cut the drinks out. I go from drinking 1 beer a week at most to drinking...
I don't think we drink as much as other people.
I don't think that's a good measure. I don't think you go, how much do other people drink?
We've drunk comparing it to alcoholics.
Yeah, exactly. 2 days in a row now, and then when we were in Palm Springs, we were drinking every day. It's too much. So
I feel like I'm just back in sales.
but there's nobody you're selling to.
Back to my old days. So
Stupid.
we are in the Gas Lamp Quarter. So in San Diego, they have different areas: Little Italy, Gas Lamp Quarter. I can't remember the others downtown.
It's just like any major city, isn't it? Because what do we have? We have Soho.
Yeah, exactly. The same.
The city, all of those different types.
So we thought we would, in Gas Lamp Quarter, it seems that a lot of their bars, cocktail bars are all here. Like nightlife is very well known in this area. We are now on our way to our dinner. So it's on the harbour, on Oceanside, to go to, where are we going? See if I can.
The fish bar.
Fish market.
The fish market.
The fish market.
Close.
And it's about 20 minutes walk from Gas Lamp Quarter. I think the nice thing with San Diego, like many cities, is once you're in the main bit, or San Diego proper, as Anton likes to call it.
It is. I think the same works for LA. LA proper.
Yeah. You can walk to everywhere. And it's the same when you're in central London. You can walk around everywhere and just be tactical about how you do things.
I do really, really like being here. I could see myself living here and just being able to ride my bike and walk everywhere and not really have to rely on a car. And the city feels alive. We were out, we didn't record any of it. We went out with one of Selena's friends, actually a friend from school, last night. And she had flown in for a conference. We met her in the city, then we just went to a bar. And it's just really nice to have that feeling. You don't get that in Vegas.
No.
And it feels more natural. It's locals here and it just feels better.
There is something, there's when Vegas is alive with lots of things happening, but it is different. There is a difference in the interactions. It feels more
authentic. Because you can walk everywhere, we've really not spent that much. We haven't needed to hire a car in terms of transport. Haven't needed to hire a car. We've probably taken 2 Ubers. 3 Ubers. We took one to the zoo, one from the airport, and one back to our hotel last night. And each time it's costing anywhere from $9 to $20.
Yeah.
I think 20 was the most, and we spent like $9 and $11. It's been really cheap, and then you can just walk for 15 minutes.
And I think the difference here, yesterday, instead of getting an Uber back, which would have been a 10-minute ride back to the hotel, we chose to walk for an hour and 20 minutes. Now that is long, but you don't mind when the weather is nice and it's a scenic walk. I wouldn't want to walk for an hour and 20
There's no way you could walk in Vegas. Or you could up the strip, but in terms of where we actually go.
Because you're being occupied, but yeah, you wouldn't want to do that out of choice to get from A to B.
I don't know much about the military, so don't shoot me down when I get this wrong, but as far as I know, San Diego has a huge military population, which is why San Diego is kind of a conservative republic of a liberal state, being California. And in front of us you can see all of the warships, well, not all of them, but some of the warships with the war planes, war helicopters, the people carrier helicopters. I don't know the names of these things, but if I had to guess, Chinook maybe? I don't know. Proper fighter jets. It's very cool, and I just remembered it's Friday night, so we ended up getting...
It's a reggae dog.
Reggae dog. We ended up getting some Filipino cookies, which were pretty special. And there's a Friday night market on. We've made it to our restaurant called the Fish Market, Seafood Market and Restaurant. Selena tells us we're going to the lower deck. So we have gone for New England clam chowder to start, 2 iced teas, and then for mains we went for swordfish and king crab, a pound of king crab, so I'm hoping it's going to be good, and a nice light meal, lightish. Just finished up our final meal in San Diego. It was pretty good. What do you think?
I really enjoyed it. I think it was better than the... So yesterday I booked a restaurant that everyone really recommends, and it was nice, but I prefer the food here at the Fish Market.
And there were 3 of us. I didn't check the bill. How much was the bill yesterday?
It was quite large. It was 350, I think.
Okay, so 353 people.
Including the tip.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, including your friend, when you come to the States, there's an expectation of tips. The tips are now 20% of the bill, pre-tax bill. Our friend yesterday didn't tip at the bar, but I just tipped. She doesn't mind. I don't think she watches our videos, so it's fine. So yeah, I'm guessing the bill was, what, $290-ish. So we just had our fish here. I really enjoyed it, but I was quite full. I think we paid $170 including the tip. I'll put something in here.
I personally really like San Diego. It's a great place for us to come to from Vegas, and it's an easy flight for us. So it's definitely somewhere I would choose to come back to regularly over Palm Springs that we was at earlier this week. So for me, this is definitely a place I want to keep coming back to enjoy the food, the nightlife, the bars, the people. I really like it.
I'd agree. I really like this place. I could see me living here quite easily, and if not, coming back 3-4 times a year, traveling around, walking. So I've enjoyed my trip.
Well, let us know what you think. We've personally enjoyed our trip in San Diego. Actually, tell us places, we keep saying this, when we haven't had a lot of suggestions in the comments as to places we should go. So do comment below on some places we should be traveling to, places that we can go for a couple of nights that you think we will enjoy, and we will put it on our list and we will go there. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit that like button. Thanks for watching.